Welcome to Real Money Talks. Real strategies from the money makers and the world changers that you can use to make millions, keep those millions, multiply your wealth, and build your team. Here's your host, author of 5 New York Times bestsellers, money expert on Dr. Phil, CNN, CNBC, The Street TV, Fox News, and The View, Loral Langemeier.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the New Year, New You 2021 webinar. Very happy to have you all here today joining Loral and the team as Loral walks you all through the commitment building process to help you set goals and achieve them throughout 2021. During this webinar and live stream broadcast across all our social channels, going to be making extensive use of the chat box feature. So if you're joining us through Zoom, let us know where you're coming from and what is your number one commitment in 2021. If you're joining us on Twitter, on Facebook, or some of the other social platforms, comment on those as well, too. Let us know where you're watching this from and what your biggest commitment for 2021 is at this point. We've got a lot of great content coming at you today, a lot of planning, and a lot of awesome work that's going to help us put that garbage dumpster fire of a year of 2020 behind us and make sure that 2021 is going to be much better and much more geared towards success that we're all planning for this year. Without any further delay, I want to get her on for the webinar she loves doing the most, Miss Loral Langemeier. Laurel, you there, ma'am?
I am here. So you're going to look at my cute little picture today. And let's just kind of get it out of the way. Yes, I had an accident. I think we're about 9 days after post-surgery. And so, 2021, I'll just live without a spleen. So, and some broken ribs, and we'll get through it. So I'll be back on video and live to all of you. But let's jump in. So again, this is my favorite webinar. I love really helping you set up a new year. December 15th, we did the beginning part of this. And we called it New Year, New You. And that was the beginning. Really, what do you do to start completing 2020? Then we gave you a huge social campaign, which we had nearly 1,000 people participate and went way, way overboard. We said we'd give away 111,000. I think it was more like 147. The guys went crazy. I think it's because I got, hurt. They just said, it's another week. Let's just keep giving stuff away. So it's all good. So here we are. We're going to do a little bit of just some really congratulations. Tons of you won. We're going to wait till a few more people get on. Let's get back to one of the things I want to do while we're waiting for a few more people to get on. In the chat, let's be very active in the chat today. What is your, I'm going to say number one commitment, which I know it's kind of hard to say for 2021 because you should be looking at a lot of areas of your life. And, it shouldn't just be the one thing that you want. There should be 2, 3, 4, 5 things that you really, really want to conquer, achieve as we head into 2021. So what are some of the things, and Thomas, if you just want to chat the repeat of my question, what do you want in 2021? Obviously, my, health has come to the top of my list. Not that it wasn't there before, but it is severely at the top at this moment. What are yours? And again, think about the different areas of your life. We'll be reviewing them, and I'm going to take you through a process. So this is a lot of you were sharing in the Millionaires in Training group. You've been thinking about it. Come on, it's the 12th. What are some of your commitments? Right, fulfill the 100K challenge. I love that, Jamie. Come on, we got to see a few more of you out there. Jeff, what do you want? Ron, what do you want? Ron, stay tuned. You're a big winner in this thing. Just because I knew your name. Increase your income. So be specific, Michelle. How much more? You want to scale your affiliate marketing to over 100. We can totally help you with that, Jason and CC. In fact, Thomas and I and the company, we were very committed to really hand selecting a few of you and really helping you do it in our affiliate system, sell our stuff. We have been known to, be very successful with our clients that do what we ask them to do. And you sell our stuff, you can make a lot of money, make it a business. I made my first 4 years, almost 5 years, I made millions of dollars selling, the Rich Dad Poor Dad stuff. So you can do it as well. All right. And hi from New York. Launch your business. So again, we're seeing a lot of, I say statements. They're not commitments yet. So be very, very specific. So like in your case, Jeff, what does get fit mean? What does raising healthy kids mean? Like we're all dig deeper within our next hour so that we're going to be together. Awesome. So let's go ahead to the next slide really quick, Steve, and just again, do what we always need to do, which is remind you, this is educational only. We will, and this one's pretty easy to stay right on that line because we're talking more general about your life. A lot of times, we are walking right next to a lot of tax, law, and financial conversations because of our team and our expert team that we've assembled for you in 2021 is just world-class. I mean, we had most of them through 2020, but added a few just in this last week as we turn the year. And I'd say you would want for nothing as you join our community. We have the most extraordinary skilled people that are part of this team. So let's go to the next slide. And here's what we're going to do in the broadcast today. We're going to talk about the New Year, New You. We're going to share some of our mission, our commitments, and then that gives you some modeling for how to do yours. Then last week, as an extra week, we gave you a bonus. Randy Tate was with Thomas and Steve sharing with you how to do a business plan, which was a massive, massive gift because a lot of you've got to learn how to do your business plan properly. And then we're going to also just give a lot of awards, and we're going to teach you really how to use the awards. A lot of times we'll do these kind of contests. We've never done a social contest, but we did Wild Card Shuffle. We'll give a lot of awards away and gifts away, and then you don't use them. So we'll be more specific about how to be successful using them. So integrated wealth systems, and again, Live Out Loud is actually the core company, been in existence since 2001. We really got rolling. And we're committed to creating and building wealth by changing the conversation about money in households around the world. And here's what I'd say about a mission. And there's a lot of vernacular in the world, like Tony Robbins, says you need a personal mission. So I'd say all of us are right. You're going to hear like Wayne Dyer say you need, a true purpose. So you're going to hear the words purpose, values, mission, a lot of those kind of statements used over and over and over. And here's what I would say, a blanket across all of it. We're all right. It's just how we use them to sequence our conversation a little bit differently. So the mission in our conversation is something that you're never really going to probably get done in your lifetime, right? You're going to take a really, really big initiative toward it. You're going to take, a huge amount of walls down. But will we ever change the entire conversation around the world? No, I don't think everyone is ever going to get that done. Same like Elon. You can say, well, he wants to be the first to space and he wants to figure that out. He'll take a big crack at it. He'll be the first, but will he ever be the one that actually, conquers it all in his lifetime? So a mission is something beyond you, right? So what is the reason that you want to do, especially in your wealth building and your business building? What's the reason you want to do it? And without this why, what we find is you kind of play, especially the money conversation, half-heartedly. You've really got to be committed to a mission way beyond yourself. The millionaires that we help make, the reason they stayed millionaires in 2008, 9, and 10 is they had a mission beyond themselves. It wasn't just about them getting their household handled. It was they were there to help, build great marketing plans. They were there to help with exotic cars. They were there to help with the greatest skincare or nutrition line. They were there to do something that's bigger, that was going to make a bigger effect to the world. You all know Randy. Randy's, mission is way beyond, is to teach you and allow the individual to do what, really billion-dollar stock firms got to do. So a mission way beyond himself and to leave that software on the planet after he leaves it. So we just wanted to share that. And this is something you kind of be pondering for a while. You may not come up with it for a little bit, but just know that it's something that when you come up with it, it should be that thing that drives you and gets you up every day, every day, every day, right? There's not a finish line to this one. Now, as you think about that and we head into our New Year, New You and completion, let's jump back over to our social competition. So our social contest was more successful than we have ever done. Thomas, if you want to share a little bit about it, as we got more and more people on, excited to see you guys on and see your commitments out in the chat. But we have given way more than $111,000.
Yeah, we had 950 total entries, which is the most we've ever had in the Wild Card Shuffle. And we had 748 winners, which, again, is the most we have ever done. Total prizes, this is the highest number that Loral and the team have ever awarded for a New Year, New You style contest. Over $146,000 in prizes. for coaching programs, products, and services were awarded this year. And it was just awesome to see not only the participation, but people taking the step towards making that commitment, towards changing their conversation about money, right? We're always talking about how we're changing it from that mainstream math to that millionaire-maker math. And Loral really put her mouth where the money was or whatnot, and did it this year, right? Helped almost $150,000 worth of education to people out there to help them do as such. So not only is Loral committed to the community, but also making that happen and literally changing that conversation for people out there. So thank you to all of you for attending, for participating, and for promoting the contest to help us share our message at the same time.
Awesome. So let's dig into some of the detail of the prizes. If you were out here, congratulations. Here's what we're going to do. So first two biggest winners, right, is Dan Johnson and Scott, I'd say, Wart. You have won the biggest value, which is our 100K challenge, our coaching program. What that means to you is that you're going to jump in and we're going to teach you how to build a business either at a six-figure level or to create another six-figure income. So Jordan will be reaching out to you, congratulating you. Our team will be reaching out to you. It's really important. Oh, look at you. Dan Johnson's out here. Are you excited? And have you ever done any of this before, Dan? Have you made 100 as an entrepreneur before? Will this be your first big thing that you do? So I'm glad you're out here. Scott, if you're out here, I'd love to interact with you as well. Not yet, but you will. Perfect. So Jordan will be reaching out to you. And here's how it works. I would make sure you've been to our event. If you've not been to our marketplace event, we have another one on January 21, 22. I would make sure you get that learning on your tool belt. Then I would start. So you literally get 365 days. So that doesn't mean it starts today. That means you and Jordan and your coach, which could be Thomas, could be Adam, could be someone else on the team, depends on where you're going to focus, Dan and Scott. And what we'll do is really make sure you're armed. You're going to have the blueprint. You're going to have the modules. I would, again, make sure that you go through our marketplace event and feel clear what your funnel is. Then I would tell Jordan, okay, go. Let's start the 365 days. So that might be, say you do the event next weekend. It might be you start Feb 1. Then you go 365 days. And our commitment to you is that you'll make an extra $83.33 a month, $8,333 a month. And how you do that, I don't know. We're going to build a funnel. You're going to learn the ask, tell, ask process. If you've learned it once, you've got to now perfect it. That's how it works. We got to work on your pricing. There's a whole year that we'll be coaching you through that. And Jordan is your point of contact, and we'll be reaching out to make sure that you have what you need to set up and when you want to say go. So congratulations and Happy New Year on that one. Those are the two big ones we gave away. And then the next ones, again, are not buyable. There's nothing on our website about it. You can't go buy them. We do give them away. Like Cindy Shaw was our first to jump at our last event, was our first to pay in full for the big table. So she gets one. So we take the initiative to give it away when we want to give it away, but it's called an expert money makeover. So what's that? That's where I meet with you individually, or typically Damon will be on the call too. And then we will see who on our team should be on your makeover. And then we'll schedule about half hour, 45 minutes. Sometimes it might be an hour to review with a certain segment of the team what your expert money makeover should be. And then we will do the makeover, which then sets you up with a plan that you can execute and get going. So that is like a makeover with a plan at the end. And Paul Kim, Corey McGeehan, Candace Lauderdale, and Linda Smith, you are the winners of our expert money makeover. So if you are out there, acknowledge that you are out there and congratulations. Again, you'll be reached out by our programs team. And again, if you've not been to our event, critical you are. If you have been to the event, it's going to be critical you're in the graduate program, because the graduate 399 is where you can come and sell and continue to practice in your fast cash. You practice in fast cash and you sell in the marketplace. There is no way with that graduate program you cannot win in a huge way in 2021. And anybody out there? Awesome. So there's Candace. Well done. Congratulations. Awesome. Linda's here too. So we're getting some of the winners out here, noticing that they are out here. And you will be assigned back into our team to make sure that you are taken care of, fulfilled, and you take advantage of this. So Jordan will lead the execution of the programs and what you won. And either Lavelle, Molly, or Kristen will be calling you and making sure you are set up, that you've attended the event. When we say event, we mean our marketplace. That is just such a huge tool belt that you need to know how to make money. It's critical. So even in your expert makeover, it's going to be urgent if you haven't been there. I know, Candace, I've seen you there. I believe, Linda, you've been there. Dan, Candace, and Linda, you three winners, put in a Y if you've already been to the event, or a no if you've not. I believe you guys have. So then it's just a matter of making sure you come to the graduate marketplaces to continue to make money. All right. What about you, Dan? Candace says yes. Linda, yes. All right. Dan, have you been? I don't know if Dan's been or not. We'll see if we're going to put a Y in there or not. All right. On to the next one, our real estate tour. So 2 tickets to our real estate tour, absolutely critical. Okay, good. So everybody's in the grad program, which will just get you making money. It's going to be exciting. I think that these first 6 winners, you guys should be making money every week. It should be so like clockwork for you that you get up, brush your teeth, eat some breakfast, make some money. I mean, it should be that just regular part of your revenue producing day. And when we're done with you this year, that is our goal for you. As far as the real estate tour, we have 2 planned right now. We have one in Reno, currently is March 31st. And we have the other one in Boise, Idaho, which I don't have those dates in front of me, but they are in the end of June, around my birth week, I think. But Jim Hendricks, John Blakely, Catherine Augustine, Linda Smith. Oh, Linda, you won too. That's me, because you must have played the competition pretty aggressively. So you got extra tickets because people can win 2 things, and you win them by really playing in the social channel. You probably brought us a lot of people, so you had a lot more entries into the campaign. So there you go, Linda. You got 2 tickets to the real estate tour, and Muhammad Rahim. So congratulations again on these, what I would say are the biggest giveaways and the biggest ticket, programs that we give away. So congratulations to all of you. And again, when we call you, we'll be giving you the dates to the real estate tour. If those dates don't work, then we'll just hold and, keep it notified in our system that you are a winner. And if we come up with more tours for the fall, which I know we will, then we will let you know when those are. All right, next slide. Well done. Congratulations. Look forward to huge success. All right. So these, I'm not going to read down all the names, but if you see your name, let's go through. I will explain what you won. 100K modules. So that is 39 modules, videos that Steve and I did. And it's really walking you through. It takes 52 weeks. And by the way, Dan and Scott, who won the 100K, you will be getting this blueprint and your modules as part of your program. So actually, I'll just real quick. So Ron, Jennifer, Scott, Marcelina, Christy, Judy, Ann, Vicky, Adrian, Lucas, and Jamie. And Jamie, you guys have won the blueprint modules. So you guys will have everything but the coaching. But Ron, I believe you're already in VIP or table. You're in one of those. So this will just be very additive for you. And you really want to go through each video. And it's a really deeper. How would you even describe how good this is, Thomas? I mean, it's week by week. It's quarter by quarter. What do you do? And again, you got to completely be ignoring what you need to do or not know how to do it to not win even getting the modules.
Yeah, what I love most about the 100K Blueprint modules is that it takes the guesswork out of what you need to do to make 100K. It just makes it a process, right? And what I love, Laura, what you've done is that you show success is not an accident. Success is not a coincidence. There is a scientific process almost to it on how you get to that 100K mark per year within your business. And that's why I love that blueprint modules piece that you put together because it is so powerful, showing people the step-by-step process to get their business to that level. So totally happy for those folks getting that module, or that module series, and having them get access to that and see what they're able to do.
Absolutely. Then the next group, 100,000 Loral bucks. So what's that? That is 1,000 that you apply to a new purchase. If you are a recent purchaser and you bought, say, the 100K or big table. So there's some rules around how you use them. If you are very recent, we can consider that. Jordan, again, will run the rules on that, on how you use your 1,000 Loral bucks and what you can apply them to. But know that you've got $1,000 of credit with us and you can use it as appropriate. Now, these next ones, I love the next 3. So 21 days of building your wealth cycle. The big table folks really get this work. And on the 16th of December, we went through with the big table and really dug in deeply and went through the Wealth Cycles program. What does it take to build a forecast, to build a debt plan? How do you get your true P&Ls, your balance sheets? How do you live by that gap so it's motivational? So this is a 21-day plan. We put it together just within the last year, and a lot of people love it and get enormous clarity, I would say, is what this is going to have you get, is a lot of clarity on how to build the bigger part of your life. So remember, your wealth cycle, your wealth plan is the big plan. In your business, just like you might own real estate, you might own gas and oil, you might own stocks, or you might own digital currency, is an asset. So your business, your cash machine, we call it, is an asset within the wealth plan. And a lot of you don't realize there's layers to this. So this is the biggest layer. This is the biggest plan that you'll be developing for you and your family. So if your name is on there, welcome and congratulations. I see Jamie, and you've been on there now twice, a couple of times. Yeah, some of you are getting some doubled up, which is great. The next one we've been talking about, one of the greatest things I think we've ever built, is the Fast Cash Lifetime and Graduate Marketplace Lifetime. So that way we don't like doing the whole nickel and diming of small tickets. So what this allows you is to join Fast Cash calls, which are 3 times a week. And then every other week when we have our marketplace, you join the graduate. So next week on Friday at 3 o'clock, 3 to 6, and then Saturday from 10 to 2. So Friday, the 22nd, you start again and you join the graduate marketplace. And you get to sell again and practice like you learned in the event. So you get to come back twice a month, which is a minimum of 16 hours of selling. I heard you guys didn't even shut down the marketplace on Saturday till late on Saturday. So it's way more than 16 hours, wasn't it, Thomas?
Oh, yeah. We had so many people on that we certainly weren't going to get in the way of that momentum. We held it open an extra 3 hours to accommodate everyone who was able to attend. Now, I'm not going to promise we'll do that every time because obviously that cuts into Saturday. But we will help everyone that makes it to that marketplace. And if there are people who are there and people who are rock and rolling, doing those Ask Tell Ask sessions, connected with other people, we will gladly keep it open to accommodate it as best as we can. So at a minimum, it is 3 to 6 those Fridays, and then 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Pacific on those Saturdays that the Zoom marketplace will be open.
Yeah, so congratulations to those of you. Here's what I would say. If you've already bought the $399, which is that value, you'll work with Jordan and the team to just reroute to something else that you want. It's not like you're going to get the dollar amount. You're going to just reroute to something else or give it away as a gift. So you'll be talking to our team as I say, accept the awards that you've all been given. The last slide, let's get to the last big chunk. And then there was a bunch of games and books and all sorts of small stuff given away, but the 14-day business plan. So again, the 14-day plan, Randy went through that. Thomas went through that a little bit with you last week. And this is critical. You have got to figure, how do you operate? A business plan is like a map. I mean, you can get up and say, well, I want to go to, South Dakota, but you better know where you're starting from. So you've got to have that, what we call gap analysis. Where are you and where you're going? And your business plan is that directive. And this is a very operational business plan. I don't know how many thousands of people use it on a regular basis. And you have one. What's different about those of you that have access to it before is the audios, the Word docs, the formats, and all the structure to it. So congratulations to all of you. And we would love to see you finish them. Like the 21-day wealth cycles, that should take you no more than 2 weeks to get done. You can go the whole 21 days. We give you 21 days, but really, if you're aggressive, you'll get it done before Feb 1. Same with this. It should be done before Feb 1. You've already got a month under your belt, and we've got to get to it. We've got to get some of these done and then sent into homework at Ask IWS. Always send stuff there. We have several people on the team that are always looking at it, monitoring and knowing when you send it in. And when you send in really good homework, we absolutely know that you're committed. Because what we ask you to do is real work, real planning that I'd say really successful people do. Thomas, anything else you want to add to that?
I'm really excited to see what the winners of these products and programs are going to be doing as we start the new year. Ton of great education in that. And if you did not have a chance to win those, obviously something you want to consider in the future when planning out your business or just doing that quarterly review work. So looking forward to seeing everyone, the results, the momentum that they're building. And thank you all again for participating in the Wildcard Shuffle.
Absolutely. Do you want to put the homework link in the chat? Candace asked what the link is again. And Marlon, you're so cute. No, they don't have to pay income tax. It is considered a gift. So you can gift up to $12,000. So nope, it's considered a gift and no taxes, but smart question. All right. So congratulations. This wraps up, again, our social competition and our Wildcard Shuffle. We totally, though, loved our social competition. So we're going to come up with something a little different, a little spin off of it. And we're going to continue to be doing that on and off throughout the year to keep your social engagement. And I think what would be fun, Thomas, is to work with the team to do just a variety of social channels. Because I know we really focus this through our Millionaires in Training Facebook, but there's other social channels and other ways that we could do some fun, just contests and competitions, keep you interested, keep you interesting. And to this point, making commitments, not resolutions. So a lot of you notice that your resolutions or your statements, I'd call them, are not commitments. So commitments are smart, right? They're specific, they're measurable, they're achievable, they're realistic, and they have a time sensitivity to them. So if they're not a commitment with those 5 components, it just makes it easy to brush it away, as I'll say it that way. It's easy to say, well, it just didn't work, versus define why it didn't work. Was it not realistic? Do you need a different timeline? And here's the other permission I'm going to give a lot of you is to make a commitment and then adjust it as you go. Don't just throw it to the sideline. I think too many people throw away, things that they really want because they don't know how to go get them. Yep. And they're going after it in a way that, from the way we see it, you're never going to get what you want. But without some coaching and mentoring, you continue, I'd say to hit your head on the wall. You've got to get some coaching and mentoring to say, turn around and do it this way, or leapfrog over the way you think you've been doing it, because you can only do what you know how to do, right? And you all know that saying. So we don't want 88 of your resolutions to fail or your commitments to fail. And we're coming in, in the next, 15, 6 to 18 days, 156 million resolutions fail yearly. And again, lack of commitment to consistency, the right action. So that's where a coach, a mentor, someone has already done what you want. Like, I can't imagine some of you heading out to do what you want to do and then just continue to guesswork at it versus get some help from people who absolutely have done it before. And again, sequencing is a big piece. I brought that into, the work I wrote in the Millionaire-Maker book in 2006, and then just continue to, I'd say, refine it. But sequencing means doing the right thing at the right time. And there is such distinction to that. I will use debt always as the example. So many of you go and you're worried about paying off debt. Paying off debt is not what you do. That is not what you do first. You've got to make the money, this new money you're making. You spend some of it towards growth, get incorporated, get your, solo 401ks, your 401ks, get your credit cleaned up. There's some, foundational work that we always talk about you need to get done. And then you need to start getting it invested, whether you just park it in flip for a while and it can sit and trade inside the market until you have enough money to go do a real estate project or get together. A lot of you that are new, you want, it might be 25,000 as a minimum to do a project. Well, why not 5 of you put 5,000 together and go do a project and just start? Because if you don't start the investing side, you don't get the compounding power, which your money doesn't get in motion. It doesn't get in momentum. It doesn't double. It doesn't triple. It doesn't have, a lot of our millionaires. We're doubling our money every 5 to 7 years, if not sooner than that. So you've got to get in that wealth cycle, we call it, to get that right. So I would say for a lot of you, make a commitment to break your pattern and recreate your money pattern this year. Like, really let us help you fix that so your sequence is right. And then, again, make the commitment to say yes and figure out how, without any doubt. So what that means, if you go to the next slide, I said, what does a yes moment really, what is it? And it is where you have no idea what you're doing, but you're not only going to look for the how, because here's what happens when you look for the how. You do the work. You think, well, I need to learn to do it, or I can't do it. That's not true at all. What you're doing when you say yes is you're looking for who knows how, and you're building a team around a project. I say yes to tons of things. I don't know how to do the whole thing, but I know how to gather a team that can do the whole thing. This will be a breakthrough for most of you. If you actually say yes, like, how many yes moments? You want to say yes once a month? You want to say yes once a quarter? What do you want to say yes to? And how many yes moments can you say this year? And so let's just go to the chat and share a few. What are some of the yes moments you're going to commit to this year? Switching gears from the wild card and then social. Let's switch gears. Let's put some commitments in. So what are some yes? How many times are you going to say yes? And then for those of you who have a little more clarity, what are you going to say yes to?
And as those are coming in, Loral, one thing I want to add, because you said this at the last event, and I think it's so perfect for right now. You're telling people you don't care what their story is, right? And you're not being rude. Essentially what you're saying is however you got to this point doesn't necessarily matter. It's what you're doing in this moment to take the next step, right? And so many people could have had the, excuses, objections, whatever it may be from what they faced in last year. But that to this point does not have to matter in your ability and planning for success in this next year. So at this point, don't take your tendency sometimes to live in the past at the expense of the present. Live now, figure out what you're doing now to get to where you want to be. So as we have some of these yes moments coming in here, Dan says yes to a wealth mindset, yes to wealth education, and yes to take action.
Absolutely. And here's what I'm going to say about the mindset is really consuming, and not only just consuming it, living what we talk about in our marketplace event. Sometimes I look at what we teach you in that event and I think, oh my God, it's just world class when you get it. When you get the fine distinctions of what we teach in that event, where you learning to make money, learning to break that pattern, it will change your mindset. So the fastest way you're going to change your mindset with money is to put money in your pocket, right? And change your evidence, change your result, have a new checkbook. I'm going to say checkbook balance because that's how you guys hear it. But how we teach it is have a new P&L, have a new revenue model. Know that you're going to hit 10, 15, 20,000 a month in revenue in your business, not hope it, not, say, well, I'm going to give it a good try this year, right? That's not yes moments and that's not commitment. So when you really, really get the refinements and the distinctions, and we do have replays of that event at different levels. Those of you that are in the graduate program, obviously you're going to get a lot of refreshers every other week. So your mindset is going to be really defined in the action that you do. All right. So let's go to the next slide. Let's dig into the more like the broader part of your life and talk about this new year, new you. How do you complete and clear 2020? And for a lot of you, it's don't create a story. I'm just going to give you a few tips as we go down this. Don't create a story about what it was or what it wasn't. It just was, the things you want to do. And as I'll get to this in a slide coming up, is you want to take out of 2020, just like any other year, what you want to do to start, stop, and continue to support what you really want in 2021, right? So a lot of people are creating, a story. I'm just going to speak to, somebody said that they had a health issue. I think that was Jennifer. Somebody said they had a health issue throughout last year. Yep, well, I have one too, but it's not going to define me this year. It's just going to be part of the journey of, probably, redefining how I'm working and how I'm doing a few things. And that's it. I'm going to get back to it. So watch the stories that you created around the whole COVID, being locked down. Whatever your experience was really was state by state, was county by county. Not everybody had the same experience. I can tell you that because I traveled a lot last year, more than I ever thought I was going to travel. And just watch the stories. Anything else you want to add to that, Thomas? I think that's really critical. The more that story holds on, especially if it's a negative one, or that you use an excuse. Here's what I'd say it this way. I don't want you to use the pattern you created in 2020 as an excuse to keep it going in 2021.
Right. Yeah, I think that's great. And I think it's something that people really need to be careful about in their language and in their thought process is, what are you using for the reasons to what you're doing, right? Loral talked about it just now. There may be something out there that you want to partner on, but you don't have the financial tools available to do it. Partner up with other people. Say yes, figure out how to do it. Don't let your story be the thing that keeps you from working towards what it is you want to get or accomplish. So, I think this first bullet is perfect. Complete and clear 2020, and let's just move on. It was just call it a blank slate. We're going to start fresh this year and get rocking and rolling.
And what do you want? We're going to come into those 8 areas in a moment. And what will you commit? These are just questions. I'd almost screenshot this. And you're going to hear us and get more and more involved in social media and all of our engagement with you is, how will you commit to it this year? What are your first actions? What will be different? Who will you model? Who's going to hold you accountable? I'm expecting our organization, our coaching, our instructor teams to hold you accountable. The other one, I could just keep asking you questions because that's what I do. But what excuses are you going to lay down and give up and notice that that's what's holding you back? And then what objections do you have to overcome? Some of you are going to have to overcome some objections that you've made up in your life. And, I got to put the good old friends and family in there. Sometimes your friends and family are not the greatest people to support you in this walk. You're the one that wants to act, think, and make money the way the wealthy do. And your family or friends want you to stay the same. And because they're like, now what are you doing? You're going to another one of those Zooms. You're going to another coaching call. It used to be, oh, you're going to another seminar, when we were out live. And we are coming back out live. We're going to be, we're doing a live table and real estate tour here in March. We're going to be doing a live table and real estate tour in June in Boise. We are coming out live. So what obstacles, what do you have to not do? So let's jump into some of the techniques. We're going to go through a few techniques on how to assure that you're getting what you want in the right categories, and then some structures to help you move forward. So if you want to move to the next slide, let's jump into my favorite 8. Actually, I think we're going to share some commitments. Yeah, I forgot about this slide. We're going to share some of our value commitments first, and then we're going to jump into the 8. So, these are ones that we review, and a lot of them have just stayed the same, right? Because we do our damnedest to do what we say we're going to do. Integrity is one of our highest values. So if we say we're going to help you do it, that's why we do our contracts so specifically. Dan and Scott, you will sign in under the 100K contract that this is what we're doing and this is what you're doing. And it's, pretty clearly laid out in the modules. This is what you're doing. This is what we're doing. We're not going to do your ask till ask for you. We'll teach you and coach you and help you script your ask till ask, but you have to do the work. We continuously strive to be world leaders in the financial and entrepreneurial literacy space. I would say bringing a Chris Klein is an exact example of some of the most cutting edge action you can do with digital currency right now, and how you can put it into a Roth, how you can put it in through your IRA. Bringing Jason Henderson and Tanya and Marlon, thank you again for that introduction. We'll be really ramping up. How do you do world-class insurance where really you're becoming your own bank? So that means, we want to stay ahead of the curve in every area and make sure that we're leading and guiding. We serve you by providing alternative investment education. Again, so you're not just stuck in the 2 alternatives that the world knows, real estate and the stock market. We empower business owners and entrepreneurs to generate income, hence our marketplace. And that $399 lifetime graduate program, I almost think at Thomas and think, what were we thinking? What were we doing last year? That should be a year. I do. I think, did we just do that? We just did that. So maybe we'll expire it someday and then add a couple zeros to it. It's so valuable. And by the way, I just gave you a tip of how we operate. That is how we think, because we know the stuff that's going to make you guys the money. And I'll tell you, it's coming in that marketplace over and over and over. We believe in our clients before they believe in themselves. I took that one out of Bob Proctor's playbook, who would consistently say, I'm going to believe in you until you believe in you, because we see something bigger for you. And you keep operating in the same pattern until you decide to interrupt that. Let us interrupt it. You're going to get the same result. We promote straight and truthful quality conversations about money. I think you all know that about me. We just say it how it is. We don't do a lot of therapy. That lasts in about 7 seconds. We strive to always stay current again in financial and economic issues that affect our community. I think we absolutely just rocked the COVID downturn. We were first to market. We were first to summits. April 14th, we were the first one to come to market with a summit. Come to market. What was it? March 11, 12, 13th, I know we were in Reno on a table that dwindled fast. People flew out from that table or not even the table, that off Wall Street event faster than I've seen anybody exit ever. It was like the world was on fire. And starting right away, I think it was that next Tuesday or Wednesday, we did daily broadcasts, and we go for hours teaching you about money, what to do, how to do it. We had more people 10x in digital currency. We had most people who actually got flip and did the market the way we told them to do it. We're making between 40. My son's Roth, I did about 78%. We rock real estate markets. So I think we nailed that. I don't think we could have, looking back, if I look back as the owner and kind of creator of the content in the community, could we have done anything different to have provided you a better guide or a path, especially March through the fall? And then it just kind of became the same benign bullshit. But during that time where nobody knew what the rules were, nobody knew how to do mortgages, nobody knew what to do with that, I think we rocked it. Don't you think, Thomas? I think we killed it.
Yeah. In fact, I know, Laurel, that you had many of your contemporaries reaching out to you looking for advice with the model that you shifted to, because literally, the seminar industry fell out, and it is a perfect example of how to pivot and how to provide value to people in a new environment. I don't know anybody that did it better than you this year, to be honest.
I'd say us. I think it took a damn big team. And I think the other thing too, which, was we had, we stayed in our lane, keeping it about the business and the economy of business. And we're going to keep it that way as we head into next year. Right. And giving you clues, like, what do you do? Will there be another stimulus package? There will be. What does it look like? Don't know. I promise you we'll be the first to market on a broadcast on a Tuesday during an Ask Loral, and we will bring the experts to the playing field to let you know what to do. A lot of you missed it. We were talking to you. You weren't taking the cues. You didn't get incorporated. I can tell you, if you still, even though you missed 2020, if you're not incorporated, you cannot apply. And in fact, you probably blew, you need a year of financials. We could have grabbed 2020 and now we can't. So some of you, I think that has got to be a shift for you. We told you step by step what to do. And this is an I told you so. That's not that conversation at all. But just notice what you let get in the way. And then when the market plummeted, which it will go again, there's a massive bubble undercurrent in a lot of markets right now. And so when they plummet is when you need to be ready. You need to have your cash. You need to be ready to divest. You need to have your money in flip ready to go. Not, I need to get a flip account like on a checklist. It needs to be done and funded. Your Roth needs to be done and funded. So I would really get serious about the checklist. And if you're having troubles with some of the things we ask you to do, that's where, just keep coming on Tuesday if you want to, stay on the outside of the playing field, or get to your coach. Get to your coach, get to the laser calls, and let us get that really, really certain for you so you have the money ready. It's going to bounce again. Promise you. And all of us can't wait, because the minute we know that it's going to move, we'll let you know. You get out, you can get back in at a lower price, and you'll make tons of money. Some people will make millions during this next bounce. So be ready. Don't be those people who say, it's on a checklist still. We aim to innovate and constantly improve. We're constantly doing that, and we dedicate to growing and improving our Live Out Loud integrated wealth system. Integrated wealth systems really is our brand. It's just an easier way to say what we do. It's not the core company. It's just the new URL we threw up there, and it says exactly what we do.
Thanks for listening to the Real Money Talks podcast. Your host has been Loral Langmeyer, author of 5 New York Times bestsellers, money expert on Dr. Phil, CNN, CNBC, The Street TV, Fox News, and The View. Want to learn more about off-Wall Street investing, tax strategies, and multi-million-dollar business strategies? Visit liveoutloud.com/podcast for past episodes, show notes, and resources. For some special wealth-building gifts only for Loral's podcast listeners, visit liveoutloud.com/podcast gifts. Do you have a burning question for Loral? Visit askloral.com to submit your question, and it may just be covered on a podcast episode. So stay tuned and be sure to subscribe to get new episodes every week.